Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Second video for today. It is the 31st of August 2021. It is also Tuesday. So before we get into this, I just kind of wanted to show you. See, I got it nice, slow, steady. So when the tank is filling up this way, nice and slow like this, my well is an artesian well, so the water's always coming up. If I have a heavy flow coming into this, it will go off faster, and it'll you know, the pump is working too hard, and it's just not good for the system in general. But with having the water flowing in like this, nice and slow and steady, it'll refill this tank much faster. And we don't have any rain in our forecast here for like the next 8 days. And there was not enough water in this tank to water the gardens. So I said, well, because Becky was like, you know, it was much lower than it is now. It's we've obviously added quite a bit of water already. So I said, well, we'll just we'll get the water rolling, and so this is what we have to do. Okay, so that's how we fill this tank here, using the hydrant. And if this is low, I will do the same thing with this one. I just put that in there and let the water flow, and that's how we do that. Just so you know. Okay, so let's get into the topic of this video. More than 1 million people, that's not just 1 million people, it's 1 million customers without power down in New Orleans. Now they are saying some of the customers may be out of power for up to 3 weeks. Obviously these things takes time. You have to have the tree men come in first and clear the trees off the lines. Then you have to have the linemen go up there and do what they do best and reconnect everything. And you know, it's going to be a slow and steady progress. So parts of the city will probably come on right away. Other parts are going to take much longer to get their power back on. You know, there's always going to be priorities. Such as the hospitals. Obviously that's going to be a #1 priority to get the hospitals power hooked up first. And then I know that there is always people that are compromised. They're on a list, and they're on the priority to have their power put back on to start with right away as well. So, hey, how's a little girl? So, but anyway, so again, and let's not forget, they are in the middle of a heat advisory down in Louisiana. So, you know, they're going to be suffering. There's a lot of people that are going to be suffering down there. And again, the number of people that are unprepared for this type of thing. Again, I don't know how many times I have to say it. When you live in certain areas of the country, you have to prepare for certain events because of the area that you live in. Like up here, we never have to worry about a hurricane up here, because by the time the hurricane gets to us, it's going to be a rain event, maybe a little bit of a wind event, but nothing like they were going to see on the coastal regions when it just comes in off the ocean, or you know, or off the Gulf and stuff like that. But if you live in that area, obviously you should be planning accordingly, because you just, again, it's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. So just like in California with the forest fires, every single year, it's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when, and what region is going to be hit, what's going to be the devastating thing. Now again, as far as California goes, I will be the first to say, as I have said many times, piss poor forage management definitely plays a huge factor into the reason why these wildfires have been so devastating these last several years. When you have, you know, we're saving the spotted owl in their environment and not doing proper forest management, this is a direct result of these type of things that are happening. So, you know, and I'm sure that, you know, the tree huggers and the spotted owl folks are probably, you know, pretty upset, because all the spotted owl's territory, you know, is being destroyed no matter what, and now worse than it would have been if the forest had been managed properly. But that's another thing. But there's another whole video. So, but again, whatever area that you live in, you have to really work on what you're going to do for that area. And so, because we live in the Northeast, what do we prepare for? We prepare for winter events. Those are the major thing up here in New York that we prepare for. You prepare for the cold. You get ready for that. Mosquitoes again. You prepare for the cold. You prepare for snowstorms. You prepare for ice storms that could happen as well, and you get ready for those type of things. And we're getting to that time of year where everybody is just going to really be locking down, buttoning things up, making sure they have their wood supplies in order, making sure their chimneys are clean, making sure their chimney caps are squared away and ready to go. All those type of last minute things before we start having to burn wood on a regular basis, because then the temperature changes, and you have to do that every day. So those are things that people don't think about. They don't think about that. They just do what they do, and that's it. But again, it really depends on what part of the country you're in. You should be prepared accordingly. Now, I know that there's a lot of people down there in that area that were not prepared for this. It happened really, really quickly. Within a couple of days, they had a couple days warning, and anybody that could get out, financially afford to get out, probably did. Because they don't want to deal with it. And, a lot of people could not afford to leave. So they had to hunker down. And they didn't do mandatory evacuations because there wasn't enough time to coordinate that with the storm coming in like that. So, there's a lot of factors that obviously play into it. But the bottom line is, a lot of people in that area are going to be suffering. They're going to be suffering for quite a while. And that's something that because like what'll happen is, now that event has happened, and they'll move on to the next event, whatever the next thing is, and people don't think about what happens to those people in those areas and those type of things afterwards, because that's not newsworthy. They don't care about that. The news wants to go on to the next major disaster and sensationalize that. So, but there's a lot of people that are going to be suffering, and I'm hoping people are coming together and helping each other out. I think that's a huge part of why those of us that are preppers prep. And so I think that that's really, really important. But anyway, so I want to hear your guys' feedback. I'd love to hear from anybody down in that area that your power is either back on, or what's going on with that, and how you guys fared, and on all those type of things. There's a lot going on with that, and so people are going to be hurting for a while, and they're going to need help. That's one of the things about our country that we're really awesome about. We really try to take care of each other, and I think that makes a big, big difference, with outcomes of these type of events, that there are plenty of people willing to step up and willing to help. There's a lot of people that volunteer, that take their own time, their own money, their own equipment, and will go in and help people just because they're in a position to be able to do so. And I think that that's awesome. So my hat's off to everybody. My thoughts are with everybody. I know there has been some loss of life, and there's still people that are missing, and hopefully the death count doesn't go too much higher. I hope it doesn't. That's my hope. But again, with these type of events, these things are going to happen. So just something to be aware of and be ready for. So real quick, I want to talk about my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community there, which is a resource that we have set up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. It is free to join. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Also, it's private. That's why you have to register. And once you go in there, if you want to just check out the message boards, or if you're looking to connect with somebody in your state or your country, it's a good resource to be able to do that. Also, with that, we have on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. I encourage you to take advantage of that as well. So if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you will see the logo Forefathers. If you click on that link, it will take you to their website. If you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, make sure you use, when you check out, the discount code PrepperNurse1. You will save yourself 15% on your purchase if you do so. So definitely take advantage of that as well. CBD products are a great thing to have. They help with a lot of different ailments, and that's a good thing. The other thing with that is on my website, preppernurse1.com. we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods. So if you go to the main page, you will see store. You click on that, it will drop down. You'll see Legacy Foods. If you click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. What we have available for the long-term food storage is there. Definitely take advantage of that. 25-year shelf life. It is GMO free. There are gluten options for people that need it. It is also vegan, but also you can get what do you call it? You can also get beef and chicken separately that you can buy. I got to do something here real quick while I'm thinking about it, and you get to watch me on video. So Mom has painted the outside of these steps, but she wants to get underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this here like this. The important part a lot of people don't think about, I just want to kind of put this out here, when you have steps or anything like this, unless it's all pressure treated, you should do the underside as well. It helps protect it.
Hey.
So there you are.
Nice.
I knew you'd be happy about that.
Yeah, so then, how am I going to get that bottom leg?
What we'll do is when I'll flip it a different way so that you can kind of get at it.
All right.
Yep. So just do the sides that you can. Do the 3 sides on the bottom, Mom, and then I'll turn it this way, and then you can get the underside on both of those.
What's that part from?
I have no idea. It's not from off of here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
No.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that'll make life a lot easier.
Yeah. So when you're ready, I'll just lean it this way, and you'll be able to get the underside on both of those. It'll be easy.
Perfect.
All right.
Yep. That's tomorrow's job.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, but anyway, it's important to do the underside of your steps and stuff like that as well when you're painting, because it helps protect things. It helps the wood last longer. Now, pressure treated is great as well. Should you still paint it, it doesn't hurt. So, but anyway. So again, with the Legacy freeze-dried foods, it's a good thing to have in your preps, along with other things, obviously. But the best thing about the Legacy freeze-dried foods is if you buy it, you set it aside, you can forget about it. You don't have to worry about rotation or anything like that. I call it the lazy man's prepping. It's the easiest way to do it, and but it's a good thing to have. It adds to the variety of things that you're going to have in a long-term grid down or whatever type of situation. I'm sure the people in Louisiana in that area right now are figuring out how they're going to survive for several weeks without power, and hopefully they've planned ahead and they have a plan in place. So anyway, I definitely want to hear your thoughts about the situation down there. How do you feel about the fact that a lot of these folks are going to be without power for up to 3 weeks, and especially when they're in the midst of a heat advisory? I couldn't imagine trying to deal with that kind of heat, and not having air conditioning and stuff like that to be able to ride that out. So I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on that. Look at Miss Molly's over on the steps now. So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for right now. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race, which is really important, and I think we need to remember that. And it does make a difference when it comes to everything overall. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. And again, set your goals and then set about to making them happen. Setting realistic goals is key. Set goals that you know that you can achieve. Once you've achieved that goal, then you set a new goal. And that's really important. I think people need to keep things into perspective that way. So Anyway, I am going to jump off here for now. I hope you all are doing great. Remember that, just stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be much, much better off. I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.